Alright, in this layer we're going to learn how to do a forced animation or a frame-by-frame animation, and we're just going to use a simple drawn object, nothing extravagant. We're simply going to take our paintbrush or shape and we're going to move it by adding show animation by creating our own keyframes. Okay, and we're going to use a couple of techniques during that process to see how the motion and how the animation is progressing. So the first thing we're going to do is select a color in the paint bucket. You can select any color you would like, and we're simply going to select that color and then take a paintbrush or a shape and just simply create a nice little circle. And with the circle, we can now animate it. We can now add keyframes and move this object back and forth across the stage and create an animation with just a simple object. So what we're going to do right now is select this object with our selection cursor, and we're going to move it into a position in frame 1 or in keyframe 1 where we want it to begin. So since I've selected this, you can now see that there's these little white dots all through your drawn artistic piece of circle here. And we're going to go ahead and select a new frame here, and you notice that it is now highlighted, or it has turned gray since I selected frame number 2. And we can see what's going to be in frame number 2. So let's go ahead and create a new keyframe so that we can move this object and begin our animation. We're simply going to go to the Insert menu, select Timeline, and then select Keyframe. And so we've added a keyframe, and now you can see that our object that we've drawn is still in place here. So let's go ahead and move this just a little to the right. Now we can see the outline of the object, and we've moved it just a little bit to the right. And we're going to continue to do this. So let's select keyframe 3 and Insert, Timeline, and Keyframe, and we're going to simply move this a little bit to the right, and I'm just going to do this for a few more frames. And yes, this is the time-consuming, lots of effort here to make this happen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the work to insert new keyframes and timeline and do what's called a forced animation. So now we're going to go ahead and continue on with this until we get all the way to the other side of the stage. And this is just a simple showing of how to create an animation. And while I'm talking here, you can see I'm not going extremely fast or doing anything out of the ordinary. I'm simply just taking this object, moving it a little bit to the right, and then going to my Insert menu, Timeline, and Keyframe, and that's how I'm going to show motion with this animation. And so let's go ahead and go Timeline, Insert, Keyframe, and we'll do one more. Let's move this over to the right, and we'll do one more. We won't even do a full second of animation here. We're just going to do something quick to show you how you can create keyframes and create movement with your animation in a very simple, quick process. Now we're going to go to our control menu and play this, and notice we have a small hesitation in here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to find out where that hesitation is. So we're going to come back here to our this little red marker. This is called the playhead, and what we're going to do is select it with our cursor. So I'm going to select it with my mouse and hold, and then move back and forth and find out which two frames are not doing anything. Okay, and so now I can come in and change this. So we've got one moving here, then this one stays the same. So I'm going to go ahead and select this and move it just a little bit to the right. Now of course I have to take the next frame and do the same, and then the next frame and do the same. And now you can see that we've created an animation here. So let's go ahead and play this animation. So I'm going to go to the control menu, play, and you can see we have a nice little animation that we've done step by step or frame by frame animation, also known as forced animation. And we've also learned a new term with the playhead here, how to scrub by just clicking and dragging back and forth to see the position of the object in its previous frames to make sure that it looks like a smooth transition. If you ever have a problem, which I did, I forgot to move one of my frames when I was building my animation, frame by frame animation, so I had to go back and take my playhead marker and scrub back and forth to see if I had done this correctly. Alright, so this is how we take a frame by frame forced animation and move an object and select it. We are also going to loop this playback, so we'll select control menu, loop playback, and then we're going to select play, and now you can see that it's going to be just a continual running of your animation. Nothing extravagant here, just something simple to show you the steps. If you have any questions, send me an email or come see me in class, and we can talk about what you're experiencing in class and help you through that. And anyway, I hope this helps you, and good luck, and come see me in class if you need anything. Good luck.